why is Derek Jeter yellow? It doesn't make any sense in the short term, but it might make some sense in the long term. I want a couple of days back to back, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where we just see the new artists. Let us discover new artwork. And as we enter into the second week of Project 70, one thing is becoming very clear. If you're a Yankee fan and or a Yankee collector in Project 70, you better have very deep pockets, because of the 12 cards that have released so far, 25% are a New York Yankee. And welcome to episode number 4 of the Project 70 show. My name is Chris, otherwise known on Twitter and Instagram is @CRT_Sportscards. And my website is where you want to go for everything related to not only Project 70, but Project 2020, and that is CRTSportscards.com. And so as we enter into week number 2 of Project 70, I am going to bring back what I think is one of my favorite segments in this show that I used to run in my Project 2020 show. We'll get to that here shortly. But what happened over the weekend in Project 70? And very simple, we saw the first print runs for the first 6 cards, and then of course this morning we saw the print runs for cards 7, 8, and 9. And I will say thank you to Topps for being on the ball with the print runs. It was nice to have these cards in, and within an hour or two had them available on the Topps.com website. And on day number 1, look, not a big surprise on these print runs. I did put out a quick projection right after the buying window ended, what I thought they would be. I completely undershot the numbers, but I think we have to keep a few things in perspective. And number 1, I think when you look at the big picture overall for this set, these numbers were probably the best thing to happen to us. Look at how much focus is on the set. Look how much we were talking about Project 70. Look at all of the positive spin on the set. And the best we did was just over 12,000 with that Tatis. That's a very, very good sign. And look, 9,000 and then 8,000, also very high numbers. But you have to remember, in Project 70, there is a 70-hour buying window versus just 48 hours. So it's going to be very, very difficult for a Project 70 card to post under 2,000, which I right now find it very hard to believe over 3 days is going to happen. But look, it's only 9 cards. I'm not to make any broad stroke assumptions about this set, only 9 cards in. But over 3 days to buy a card, being under 2,000 is very difficult. But then when you see the the Friday cards post this morning, all under 4,000, that's a good thing. Just like a new show that comes out on TV, what always happens? The first episode is usually the best audience, and then the audience retracts, and then your fan base solidifies a couple of episodes in. But I will say there is one card of the 9 that I think completely underperformed. And when you think about maybe potential value in the future, and look, everyone who was buying the first couple of cards in the set was looking for some long-term value, just like we had in Project 2020. But of course, they're different sets and they'll never be exactly the same. But when you look at a Snoop Dogg card, only posting in the 6,000 range, I think is actually rather small when you think about who Snoop Dogg is. And just like in Project 2020, I always said, look, Gregory Siff is the most famous artist in Project 2020. But no offense to Gregory Siff here, who I like a lot, he doesn't hold a candle to Snoop Dogg. And for Snoop Dogg to post only 6,000, think about the fact if he really gets behind the set, everybody knows who Snoop Dogg is. 6,000 could be the next 1,000. And when you think about plays in this set, what do you go after? What do you buy? Something like that you got to think about. Snoop Dogg, someone this ultimately famous, only selling 6,000 in 3 days. That to me seems like a very small number. We'll see what happens at the end of the day as this year goes by with Project 70. But right now, out of the gate, one of the highest profile athletes right now in baseball, along with one of the most highest profile performers out there, only post 6,000. That one to me seems a little curious and a potential play for some long-term value. But now let's shift the focus a little bit and talk about this week. We still have 1,011 cards to talk about, and 3 more get released today. One returning artist, probably the Project 2020 fan favorite, Blake Jamieson, releases his Andrew McCutchen. We have Lauren Taylor releasing her Aaron Judge. And we have the Sioux Surgeon releasing his Ken Griffey Jr. But when I spoke about a little bit ago about bringing back a favorite segment of the show, here is what's going to happen going forward on Monday, Wednesday, and the Friday shows, which I'm solidifying now as my recording schedule going forward for Project 70. Every single episode, I'll be giving away one of the 3 cards for free in the episode, and the winner is very simple. Get closest to the print run of the card without going over, but I'm making it a little bit better for you, the fan of Project 70. And that is, if I am giving away a card for free on one of the episodes, I am not buying it personally, which means I'm only going to be buying one of that card, which then means if I somehow win a rainbow foil in my package, or heavens forbid I win a gold 1 of 1, that card will be yours. So when it comes to the giveaway tonight, the card that I'm going to give away free for print run guessing, it's going to be Lauren Taylor's Aaron Judge. So right now in the comments below, leave your print run projection for Lauren Taylor's Aaron Judge. But also, hang on a quick second, because there's a second giveaway in this episode. But when you take a look at this Aaron Judge, I had one big fear of Lauren Taylor's cards, and I relate it back to what I said all of the time around Andrew Thiel in Project 2020. The artwork is so detailed. Because it gets shrunk down into a trading card, you lose some of the detail, but because of the fact that Lauren Taylor's Aaron Judge basically has no background, the design on Aaron Judge's jersey stands out even more. I mean, the simple fact that there's an Aaron Judge inside of an Aaron Judge makes this card amazing. So I can't wait to give this card away, so best of luck guessing this print run for this Aaron Judge. Now, the one card I probably should have given away tonight, because it's going to be the hardest to project, is going to be the Ken Griffey Jr. by the Sioux Surgeon. And I'll tell you right now, I am going to struggle all year long to say that name. So hopefully in a few months, I'll be a little better at it. But this card, if you buy it on the Topps.com website, one lucky fan is going to win a 1 of 1 Ken Griffey Jr. inspired shoes from the Sioux Surgeon. So that's going to be an interesting giveaway. But when you take a look at the Ken Griffey Jr. using 1996 Topps as the inspiration, this card looks just like a card you would expect to see from 1996. So I think it fits very, very well. When you look at the cards in the 90s, the foil background, potentially foil background on this card, the insert design, I think this card works very, very well. And from a print run perspective, it's going to be very interesting to see where this card lands, because you really now have the shoe game involved in Project 2020, and they're going to be buying this card up in the masses, I think. But we will find out in about 3 to 4 days where this print run lands, but this one could be big. And then third up, and certainly not least when it comes to the cards on Monday in Project 70, is Blake Jamieson's 1959 Andrew McCutchen. And when you think about a card in the baseball card world that really mirrors the print run drive of Project 2020, it's probably this McCutchen. The card came out, no one was really talking about it, and then it spiked in incredible value, and then it came back down. The graph of that card probably mirrors the Project 2020 print run. But when you think about Blake Jamieson, you think of the fandom, you think of his support in Project 2020. I think it's a great card for his first release in Project 70, because to me it fits his style so very well. I could see Blake Jamieson walking around his studio dressed like this, just having a good time, because Blake is always having a good time on his stream. And here is the best thing about this card when it comes to this show particularly. Blake, after I tweeted at the artist today, offered up 3 free cards for viewers of this show. And here's how it's going to work. The 3 people who are closest to the print run for this card is going to win a free copy of the card. You can go over, you can go under, it doesn't really matter. I just want the 3 people close to the print run will win a free copy from Blake Jamieson himself. I presume right now he'll just mail me the cards and I'll mail them to you. We'll work out the details on the back end, but I think it's a great giveaway, and thank you, Blake, for providing 3 of these cards for watchers of this show. So get those print run guesses in right now in the comments below. If there is for any reason a tiebreaker, the person who posts the number first will win any tiebreaker when it comes to not only the Blake Jamieson cards, but the Lauren Taylor Aaron Judge. Best of luck on these contests. I hope you enjoy the next 12 cards are released in the set. It's a great Monday release in Project 70. And with that, I'll see you back on Wednesday night for episode number 5 of the Project 70 show.